Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new halftime segment we're going to have this year. Part of the reason why there are 2 gold balls at Elizabethton High School right now is because of the feeder program that has started at T.A. Dugger. It goes even further than that to Pee Wee programs. And each week we're going to bring you a few words from Brian Witten, who's still chairman of the Youth League.
Yes, sir.
Chairman of the Youth League and a longtime coach at T.A. Dugger. Coach Witten, we're going to talk a little bit, and when we're recording this, you have a game coming up tomorrow night at T.A. Dugger against the Boone team. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers you've got out at T.A. Dugger this year.
Yeah, we're excited. The group that we have coming in, we've got 32 8th graders, which is awesome. 30 of those 8th graders have been in our program for 3 years. Some of them have played tackle football for the Junior Cyclones. Bryson Blevins, our quarterback, has played since he's 5 years old in Junior Cyclone program, the Love Days. So it's really exciting to now have them, see them a full cycle from kindergarten through Witten Huddle and now their time at T.A. Dugger as an 8th grader. So it's their time, it's their season, and we're excited about the numbers. We got 90 athletes currently playing at T.A. Dugger. That's grades 6 through 8, and so we're excited. We filled 2 teams, a JV and a varsity, so most of those guys, all those 8th graders and a few 7th graders will play up on the varsity, and then we'll play a JV schedule as well. So we got 8 conference games. There's 10 teams in our conference, so we scrimmage to 1 team we don't play as Ross Robinson last week, and then now we start off with tomorrow night we play Daniel Boone. So exciting season, good numbers to work with. We added some coaches. Cameron Coleman Cujo, we've added him. Colby Garland, former center for our state championship teams. Cujo adds, the defensive line, his experience at Furman and playing all those seasons and obviously playing for us. And then we've added Eddie Morrell, the wrestling coach. And then we added Zach Hartley, Z19, as most people remember him, from the state championship team. So we've got the youth way, added some youth to our coaching staff, which is outstanding, and they're former Cyclones, always going to be a Cyclone. So they know our system, they know what it means, they know what it's like to each of them have a story. Cujo moved in, Colby was all the way through. Zach Hartley almost quit in 6th grade. So they each of them have a unique story that'll really impact these kids.
Tell our listeners a little bit about the record that you've compiled in the championships at T.A. Dugger over the last few years.
Yeah, the last 10 years we're 77 and 17, which is pretty awesome. And then we've got 5 conference championships and 3 undefeated seasons. So we're pretty proud about that statistic. The one statistic that I like is I'm the most proud of is 21 of the 22 starters in the 2019 state championship game played at T.A. Dugger, and then in the 2020 and 2021 game, 20 of the 22 starters played at T.A. Dugger. So you don't have to play at T.A. Dugger to be successful, but it sure does help. Yeah.
And that's what I was going to talk about. That state championship that's in the cabinet here, it started before that, but it also coincided with the time that you came on board. Your first year at T.A. Dugger, those kids were in the 6th grade in 2019 that ended up winning the championship. Let's talk a little bit about the youth league too. How many kids do you have in the youth league for the junior Cyclone?
Playing tackle and flag football, we have over 250 kids playing. So Coach Sean and I took it over with the help of Brandon Blevins and some others in the community, and so we got about 300 cheerleaders, which is crazy. And then so we got flag, we offer flag, mighty mites, grass cutters, and then junior Pee Wee. So we have 2 teams in each division. We actually have 4 flag teams this year. We offered a girls league as well, so we got 4 teams in that. So we're covered up on Saturdays, but we got tremendous help, good coaches. Again, the guys that are coaching our youth program are guys like Terrence Turner and Jonathan Street and Cujo and Rusty Chambers and people who've been in the program for a long time who now are giving back. So I'm coaching Sean's coaching, so it's really, really cool to see, the kids coming through and what we've done in the last 3 years. I think Terrence's team was in the championship last year. I think Sean's team was in the championship a couple years ago. So it's pretty cool. And they just keep our kids out, make sure that they're running the same terminology. Everybody's running orange and black, and how to shock and shed and how to tackle properly, so that hopefully when they get to T.A. Dugger, then they're ready to go.
All right, now let's flip the script a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to T.A. Dugger just for 1 second before we go into the little kids. You're playing schools that are twice as big, 3 times as big. It's not like you're playing schools that are the same size. You're playing, other than Greenville, you got all the King sports. You're playing Johnson City, Bristol. Speak on that part, because we don't back down from anybody.
Yeah.
What does that do as far as them with T.A. Dugger going to get them ready in high school?
Well, I think it starts in our community. I think our kids, our guys know that, the cards are stacked against us from the get-go. But I think we like that. I think our kids have I think our athletes have like a little chip on their shoulder. They want to play. I think our Cyclones are always on the biggest stage. When we go to Kingsport, Josh and Mason, they both played. We had more people in the stands than they did. And I think that was just really important for our kids to know that like our teams and our community to see that, hey, we're going to travel in the middle school levels as well. And I think we've helped change our league, because now, we were the first ones to do spring ball. Now everyone's doing spring ball. We were the first ones to do June workouts. Now people are doing June workouts. So I think it's just, we got to continue to create unique ways to get better, create unique ways to stay on top. I think that's what, these guys will tell you today. It's about the journey. It's not really about the reward. Yeah, it's nice to win a championship. We talk about winning championship day one. We're probably the only middle school football team that talks about winning championship day one. And I told the guys today, I don't think it's 2 different teams. I think it's all one team. It's from seniors to 6th graders. We're all fighting Cyclones. And, I think that's the unique process that we need to go. Everybody buys in 6th grade. Yeah, it's hard. It takes time. You don't get to play as much as 6th grader, but as you learn and you figure it out and you figure, hey, what the plays are and how practice works, then it gets easier as they go. And then, then there's guys like today, you'll see these guys on Friday night, they'll go out there and we're running some really cool, unique schemes. Like, we're not just lining up and just, playing 4-3, cover 2. Like, we're running some really high tech. They got to use their mind. They got to be physically in shape. And it's pretty cool to see those guys come through our program and then play on Friday nights.
Finally, last thing.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit about, we was talking about the Junior Cyclone program. Tell them the schedule for this coming week, where our listeners and viewers, if they want to come out Saturday and see some of these little kids actually have fun and watch the true joy in the soccer game. Tell them where we can see that.
Well, the cool thing about Coach Witten has been back to the 100%, whether it's T.A. Dugger or Junior Cyclones. But we got all our junior high games now are moved to Citizens Bank Stadium. So if you're ever bored on a Thursday night, come check us out. So we alternate. So we play away and then home, away, home, all the way through for 8 weeks. And then the little guys, the Junior Cyclones, they play starting Saturday morning. We got flag football at 8:30 to 9:30, and then 9:30 to 10:30. And then we start with our little guys, our Mighty Mites. They start, and I think we're playing Boone and Unaka and some Happy Valley teams. But it just starts with the little guys, the Mighty Mites, and then it works its way up to the junior Pee Wee. So we have games every hour and a half, starting at 10:30, tackle games. The stadium we packed. We got a concession stand. But if you want to come out and check it out on Saturday, it's pretty cool to come support. It's $5 to get in. All that money goes straight to our athletes to buy helmets and shoulder pads. Our guys wear nothing but the best. We want to make sure that our jerseys match what the varsity wears on Friday night. So everybody's in orange and black. Same thing. We just ordered Touchdown Clubs does an amazing job of supporting us, and we just ordered an all black set of uniforms from BSN for our junior high. So, my granddad used to always say, if you look good, you play good. So we want to keep that in track.
Stacy like that all black. He grin. He got a little grin on that face.
Coach Sutter always like. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Witten, thank you. Each week we're going to have a report for him about the last week, the games for not only the Junior Cyclones but also T.A. Dugger, and we'll preview the next week's opponents. Coach Witten, always thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.